Hi guys, I hope your day is going absolutely fabulous and amazing. I am going to do the last review of my batch of decks that I have bought. The rest of the decks that I buy, I'm going to do like unboxing and small little reviews on the decks, whether it'll be Lenormand, Tarot, playing cards, whatever, or Oracle cards. But today, this is the biggest deck that I have in my possession. Yes. It's the Cachet Tarot. And it brings a book. It brings a book with it. The book has color and a description of the cards and the different types of spreads in the back that you can use, like 3-card spread, and it has a color in it. It has a basic reading, the Celtic cross. It has another basic reading. And it has like another basic reading, but with like different, like an astrological spread. Very helpful, the book. Now, the imagery is exquisite. The border is exquisite. And then I felt played. There is nothing to accompany the Four of Pentacles. There's nothing for me to work with, right? So this is a review that is not good. I love all my decks. I love this deck. I love this deck. I'm not going to lie to you. I love it. I love all things exactly how they are. But guess what? I've used this deck twice for myself. But it's not a deck that I would use for a reading, to answer questions for a reading or for a querent, because it will not open up my intuition. And I honestly feel like decks are a divination tool to be used. I know some people, you know, use Oracle or Tarot or Lenormand to just play games with, because that's how they initially came into play, is just to start playing games. People used to play games with the Tarot, and it was all a game to them. And then people started fortune telling with them, quote unquote fortune telling with them, or using them as divination tools. And I prefer for my divination tools to speak to me instead of just having, I don't know how many sticks floating around. So I'm reviewing this deck just in case there's people out there that would want the deck. Oh, this is the back of the deck. Beautiful. Purple and gold, with the colors of the element. You know, if it's green, the green is the wands, the reds is the cups, and the 4 is the swords. And the blue is the swords. And the purple is for the major arcanas. Look at that. Beautiful. The imagery for the major arcanas and for the people in the deck are absolutely amazing. I'm not going to use this deck for the daily readings or the weeklies or the monthlies or anything. I just decided to keep this deck around, so when I start creating my Book of Shadows, I'm going to use this deck. I'm going to incorporate this deck and the book to for the section in the Book of Shadows about tarot and their meaning. That's what I'm going to do with this deck, unfortunately. I love, well, not unfortunately, oh my gosh, this is such a horrible review. I mean, I know there's people out there that love this style of cards, and I'm showing you guys just in case you guys are interested in this style, because the imagery is absolutely amazing. But it's just, the minor arcana is like, what the I don't know. I don't want to sound like a hater, but If you're interested with, you know, this imagery, or you're interested in this deck, by all means get it. I got this deck again because I wanted to get away from the regular Rider-Waite deck, because the Rider-Waite does have like a bigger deck, and I wanted to get away from that, and you know, I wanted to have like a bigger deck in my collection. But once again, when I don't listen to my intuition, things don't go quite right. And when I went to the Strand, which is where I bought this deck, I was like, oh my god, I have to get it. Like, it looks so cool. So it was one of those things that just caught my eye, but it's not for me to read with. But look at this ugly devil. But I am gonna use it. So I guess everything does happen for a reason. I am a strong believer in that, even though I didn't follow my intuition, and Spirit did tell me you're not gonna like it, and I don't like it for reading purposes, but I am going to use this deck for my Book of Shadows. I have not started my Book of Shadows, but I have a whole bunch of ideas of what I am going to do, and one day I will show you guys my Book of Shadows. And that is my review. I mean, the back is absolutely exquisite. The colors are exquisite. The colors used are amazing. I just wish they would have had, I don't know, different. Like, this is, like, the aces are okay because it's just one. But, like, the rest of the cards, I don't like it. Me doesn't like this. They're a little difficult to shuffle because I feel like this deck, it is bigger than the bigger tarot Rider-Waite deck that is out there. So it is difficult to shuffle. I don't know how people would do reversals with this deck. You can shuffle it sideways. I'll show you guys so that you can see it. It takes a little time. You can shuffle it sideways like this. I'm letting them all drop, but you guys know what I mean. And also, yes, you can do reversals, but I'm assuming you will do reversals. You would just, you know, drop the cards one on top of the other until you can stack them all up and then like move them around. So it is a little difficult to shuffle due to the fact that they're so big, but I guess that's the whole point. And the imagery is good. I just don't like this style of cards or decks. I think this is the only deck that I have. Look at the hierophant. He looks a little funny. He looks funny. It's a funny looking one. It's like skinny. Usually other decks have like a chunky or a fat hierophant. So that was my review of the cards. It brings a book with it, which I will also cut up from my Book of Shadows. I'll use it to put in the definitions. So, yes. And it has the spreads in it. And the book is very helpful because it has, it brings in color. The book itself is in color. So it is very helpful. I mean, if you want to get this deck, it cost me like $9 at Strand. I don't know if they still have it around, but I guess it was a good investment for my Book of Shadows. So thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I will see you guys at my next video. Ciao.